Hey, it's Dr. Dawn, and welcome to Mystical Monday. We got a good time in store for you tonight, but you know what we got to do before we get started? We have to allow everybody time to come into the chat. So let's count it down. I'll see you in a minute. Hello. It's Dr. Dawn. Hi, everybody. Hey. It's Mystical Monday. Thank you for joining me tonight. Hello, I'm back. Hey, y'all. It's 2024 and it's the new year, new me, new you. Y'all see my new look, right? I got some different things going on with my hair. How about that? Hi, happy new year in the chat. You guys come on in. Come on in. I see you coming one by one. Yay. I want to get a room full in the chat tonight. Well, I should say a platform full of people in the chat because I want to have a good discussion. I've been away from you guys for 2 weeks and it seems like 2 months. So I am so excited to interact with you guys and talk with you. Hey. Happy New Year to you. Happy New Year. Happy New Year. Everybody come on in. Yay. For those of you who are joining us for the first time, this is Mystical Monday, and my name is Dr. Dawn, and you are on Discovering Your Inner Light, which is the name of my YouTube platform, which is my name on all of my social media platforms. Mystical Monday comes on every Monday at 9 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time with a live chat. Yay, that's the whole point of this. I can't do it without y'all because we need that live chitter chatter to get the topics going, to get the ideas flowing and to get the energy out there into the universe. So if this is your first time, thank you for joining me. If it is your second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, many times, thank you for coming back and joining me in 2024. I am so excited to grow this platform. My goal in 2023 was to get to at least 1,000 subscribers. I'm not there yet, you guys. I'm very close. I think I'm at 953, maybe something ish. I'm very close to it. But I'm not going to get fixated on it. I'm not going to get fixated on it because I know I'm going to surpass that in 2024 with you guys' help. I'm sure that I will. But I just want to say thank you to all of you who are supporting me on this platform, as well as my other platforms, as well as privately with the one-on-one sessions and my classes that you guys are attending. Thank you so much. So over the holiday, you guys, as well as myself, we were closing out some chapters in our lives and our experiences. I don't know if you guys were aware of it. I spent most of my break in the hospital, not for anything related to me, but with a family member. And it felt so much like deja vu. I felt like I did when I was in the hospital as my mother was dying. You know, it was like the same thing. You know, I go in the morning, I sit with him, I take a break for lunch, and then I come back in the evening, you know, and then I did it all over again. And we went like this pace for about a week. And then the week after that, I kind of stayed with him to make sure he got back to health and back to being independent in his home. And it just felt so much like 2020 with my mom, except the outcome was he didn't perish. He's still here. So I felt like I was healing some old wounds, some old scars that were buried subconsciously throughout that process I went through. And so it's kind of liberating to come through this time to see my uncle get back to health. So I was closing out a chapter in my healing, a subconscious chapter. And you guys probably were too. You probably were aware or maybe were not aware, but nonetheless, you were closing some things out because y'all was getting ready for this 2024 thing. Now we've been in the age of Aquarius, but we're really in it now. We're really in it. And we're really going to start talking about it tonight and understanding what that means because it's got a shift happening in all of us. that I would love for you guys to be aware of while it's taking place, so you can actively participate and kind of watch what's going on in real time, real time. So, okay, that's what we're going to do tonight. You guys have coming in. I appreciate that. I see we got about 14, 15 people in the chat. Yay, we'll take that. We'll take that. And hopefully more of you will come, but we don't need a whole lot on this platform, right? We just need the energy, we need the conversation, and we need the dialogue as it relates to the topic. So you guys be sure to comment, ask questions, chime in. You know how I do it. I always attempt to acknowledge all of you guys as much as I can, okay? All right, so let's get into tonight's topic, which is the age of Aquarius 2024. We're ready, right? We are ready more than we have ever been ready. Everywhere you go on social media, the buzzword is revealing truths. Truth, 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 truth. Everybody's talking about truth. And we know everybody's talking about Cat Williams. You know you are. If you haven't, you've heard about it. If you haven't watched his interview that kind of set it off, if you will. Without going too much in depth with his whole interview, because I don't want to beat that in the ground, because it's everywhere you look. You can get every kind of perspective. Everybody's put in every ideology that they associate with it, and people from all across different backgrounds, cultures, professions have commented. We're not going to do it like that. We're going to just talk about disclosure and the truth and revealing and illuminating things right now in the age of Aquarius in general. Okay. So I bring up Cat Williams because I'm in another headspace when I'm watching these things play out in the mass media. I'm not looking at it with these eyes. I'm always looking at it from, you guys know which eye I'm looking at it from. And so when I saw all of this play out, and everybody started talking about distractions and things that are happening in our current environment, in our current experiences that are happening that are distracting us. My question was, distracting you from what? I don't even think people understand what the real distraction is that's happening. I see Hutch, someone has asked me in the chat already, what's my perspective about Miami? See what I mean? That is a perspective. That is something that's happening in the mass media as well. That is in your visual field and experience. Not so much, I'm not going to say to distract you, but to kind of get you out of the awareness of what is happening actually with you. We're still focusing on our external kind of environment. Cat Williams is external. What happened in Miami with the alien sighting is external. All of this is external. And so you say, well, Dawn, if that's external, what is internal? Well, I just told you guys about what was happening with me internally, kind of healing some old wounds as related to helping my uncle in the hospital versus, helping my mom when she like, that's my internal. That's my internal. And so I'm looking at how I'm healing subconsciously as it relates to what's happening up above. Now, remember, you guys, as above, so below. We had the solar flare. There was a solar flare right before the new year. Okay. You guys aren't even putting two and two together that solar flare not only disrupted the grid in terms of what's happening on the planet in Miami with Cat Williams, with all of this external stuff, but it affected you as well, physically, spiritually, emotionally, mentally. It did, but you're so into Cat Williams, what happened in Miami, you're not even paying attention to what has happened to you internally during this solar flare time because you were distracted. Okay. So look, here's what I want you guys to understand. When they say things and truths will be revealed, hidden things will be revealed and illuminated. This information that will be illuminated is based upon your soul type. Do you understand that? We're all going through a different illumination and revelation and revealing period because we all have different soul types. And so what you should be getting into right now is, oh my goodness, where is my soul in all of this that's happening? Where does it fit in? What is my soul type? And how is all of this affecting and assisting me right now during this time. Okay, let's talk about the different soul types. Okay, there is a soul type that we know that goes by the title of earth souls. I've heard someone refer to them as earth-based souls, not earthbound, meaning you've been stuck here. That's not quite what it means. Earth-based souls, souls who incarnated in a human body on earth hundreds of times, having many of experiences, repeating these experiences over and over and over and over and over again on the hamster wheel, as most people have and continue to do. Earth souls, here living the experience. I don't want to say totally unaware, but not in an awareness that is shifting them in frequency to where they are starting to move into more higher based purposes and meanings in their life. They're repeating the cycle of lessons and karma, okay, so to speak, with or without an awareness. All right. So some people fall into the category of earth souls. We got others that are falling into the category of multiple planet souls. We like to call them star seeds. These are beings that have come from other planets to incarnate here on earth to assist with increasing the awareness, the evolution, and to assist humanity because their culture or planet is at a higher frequency or dimension, and so they have a lot to share and to give to assist the collective in making this movement upwards in awareness. Okay, these are multiple planet based souls. Now y'all pay attention because you need to see where your soul is right here. You don't need to worry about where Cat Williams' soul is or if the aliens really were in Miami. You need to be worrying about where your soul is on this trajectory during this time. Okay, all right, so we got those two so far. We got the earth souls and we got the multiple planet souls. All right, next up, we got the angelic souls. Okay, let's get into these angelic souls. I'm going to say angelic in a way where you guys aren't looking at it as fallen angels, because that's what you've been taught and conditioned based on religion. That's not what we're talking about. Angelic souls are souls that originate from the angelic realm and support the source, aka God. They carry a high frequency of energy, directly correlated with source, and they radiate on the frequency of love and compassion. Their energy is to aid the earth in peace, love, and compassion. So their frequency is off the charts. Okay, very connected to source, aka God. So you got those souls who are here now. All right, now look, if you are getting into an awareness that, okay, I'm a soul, I fall into these categories, for the sake of a better word, we're going to call them categories. I fall into these one of these categories very well. I need to figure out which one I am. When you figure out which one you are, you're going to figure out what is happening outside of you and the relevance as it relates to your soul. Now let's come on back. Let's come on back to Cat Williams, okay? I'm gonna come to Cat Williams and I'm gonna come to Miami because I gotta tie this into you guys so that you get the internal effects of the external based on your soul, the type of your soul. All right. So the Cat Williams interview illuminated a lot about Hollywood, about comedians, about famous people, celebrities, yada 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 yada, with specific focuses on like the Illuminati and um, um, unfortunate things that happened to Cat throughout his career. And him sharing and expressing his experience opened the floodgates energetically for others, not just celebrities, but regular people. We're going to call ourselves regular people if we didn't incarnate here in the celebrity, um, uh, in the in the oh gosh, in the process of being a celebrity. We didn't come here to be celebrities. If we're here to have the human experience, but we didn't choose to be celebrities, it opened up the floodgates as well for truth and exposure for us as well. Okay, so if you had to look at the three soul groups: earth souls, multiple planet souls, angelic souls, who do you think most benefited from this illumination of Cat Williams provided during this time? I'll wait for it. I'll wait for it. Not the angelic souls. Nah, probably not. How about the multiple planet souls? Probably not, because they already knew, hey, I'm here from a higher dimension. We've been here, done this kind of stuff. We coming to elevate and move forward the collective in a different way. All right. And we're aware of the things that are happening on the planet and how they're affecting you guys based on what we know is happening energetically to the grid. Probably not them. Who you think it really helped to illuminate? The earth souls, the ones who have been running on the hamster wheel, going, oh, this is how it is. This is how it's supposed to go. This is how this earth cycle, this is how it happens. This is the right way. This is the only way. This is the way that's been done for millions and millions of years before. Oh, wait a minute. It's not, this isn't right. Somebody's confirming it. There's something different or something off about this planet and the experience. What? Hollywood isn't Hollywood. Celebrities aren't real. Like what? Huh? Tell me again. Say it isn't so. So these earth souls, those lights were flickering and activations were flickering in them during this time. Okay. So that solar flare got them to get shaken up. They were shook up. Now, for the rest of us in the other two categories, as I mentioned before, no big deal. We kind of already knew this. We were going, okay, glad you all woke up to the party. Yay. Yay. Let's talk about Miami. Okay. Miami, the sightings. It was first believed that there was an outbreak of people fighting in the mall or doing whatever they said it was, children, whatever they were doing. But they later, people start speaking and saying, oh no, that ain't what happened. We saw something. Then it was later reported, oh, it was a portal that opened and something came out. Then it was later revealed that, oh, the grid, something happened on the grid and the coordinates got off, which made the portal get off. They ended up where they weren't supposed to be. They were supposed to come out in Antarctica, but they came out in Miami. Wait a minute. Wait. Let's look at the soul groups. Which soul group do you think got an activation from this? Angelic souls? Nope. Because they already kind of know. They're already tapped into the source. They got the big divine blueprint. They can see above all of what's happening here on earth. Earth souls. Do you think they got the activation, or you think this affected them? The Miami sighting? Maybe a little bit, but they may be more skeptical still, because remember, they're just now getting activated that something's off. Something's not right. Wait a minute. This isn't truth the way we've been existing. How about the multiple planet souls, aka the star seeds? Do you think they were triggered and activated and affected by this Miami situation? Absolutely. Ding, 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 ding. Because look, the star seeds are going, look, we know if we're here, we know that reinforcement and other beings are coming. We just didn't know when, how, what, when, we're waiting. So look, when this happened, what happened with the multiple planet souls? They were glued to the TV. They were glued, right? They were like, okay, wait, what's happening? What's going on? Is this it? Is it game on? Is it time? Do we move now? Give me the download. I'm ready. I'm waiting. So the multiple planet souls was all into that, right? Yeah, huh? Again, I'm going to tell y'all once again, there is no right, there is no wrong way to do this. It is just a place of awareness as it relates to your soul. Okay? All of these things took place in the mass media, according to the masses, but how does it affect your soul? How does it affect your growth? How does it affect your experience? How does it affect what you came here to do? How does it affect that? If Cat Williams, the incident in Miami, have no bearing on your experience and what you're here to do and what you are working on transformationally with your soul, why are you giving it your energy? Why are you giving it your energy? Now, I am a starseed. I'm raising my hand through and through. Sure, the sightings in Miami intrigued me. Absolutely. But they intrigued me for about a half a second. Do y'all want to know why? Because in the big scheme of things, my internal guidance system that is guiding me here on this journey is guiding me in all things that are related to what I came here to do and what directly is associated and affects me. Me. And both of those incidences had no direct relationship on where I am, what I came to do, and what I'm being guided to do during this time. So I gave it this much of my energy and my time. Okay. It's in my awareness. Absolutely in my awareness, but it's not a part of my everyday ongoing thing right now that is happening in my life. Because what does those two things involve? They involve me sharing in someone else's experience. I wasn't in Miami. Mm-mm. I didn't walk with Cat Williams during his life. Mm-mm. I can't directly connect or relate to those experiences because they're not mine. They're not my soul's experience. You guys understand during this time of what's happening. You're going to have to be in a place of awareness where you go, okay, what directly affects me and what I came here to do, and what is a distraction for me and what I came here to do. You've got to stay in that no matter how loud the outside influences and information gets, because you're going to find yourself. You're going to find yourself. Now, look, we talked about the earth souls who've been on the hamster wheel. They're going over and over and over. They keep incarnating over and over and over here, trying to get a little bit more footing, a little bit more awareness, a little bit more frequency and connection. You're going to find yourself on a hamster wheel. I don't care if you're a star seed or not. Star seeds get on hamster wheels as well. We will get fixated on something. We will get fixated on something that is happening, or we think it's supposed to happen, or is getting ready to happen, or we'll get fixated on that, and you'll sit in it. I can't tell you how many star seeds I see who are locked in on ET arrival. They're fixated on it. Or a past life experience that they're reliving over and over and over and connecting to this life and trying to merge the two and connect the two to make it exist in this current reality. And you get stuck on that. You get stuck, and you're not looking at the here and the now and the present. And what are you doing in your experience that may or may not be correlated or related to what is happening in the collective as a result of the grid? That's the only awareness you need to keep, is how what is happening in the grid is directly associated or connected with you. You guys, this is a simulation. You are in a simulation. Your simulation is different from my simulation, is different from the next person, the next person, the next person, the next person. Everybody who was in that mall in Miami and had that part of their simulation play out, we weren't there. We weren't in that simulation. That was their simulation for that moment. Do you see? So if your simulation involves an alien sighting, an alien communication, an alien connection, or guidance from beings that drop down and see you, you will experience it. But guess what? Until you do, it's just that. It is a simulated experience. Get into that. And I want you guys to understand something. Let me get some water, y'all. I dried out my throat already. You guys have heard me talk about intuition. We're doing my time of closing things out. Well, even before then, I realized I used to use the terms discernment and intuition interchangeably. I used to use them interchangeably because even though they didn't feel the same energetically, I thought they meant the same. With discernment having more of a religious connotation to it, because that's the format I kind of learned it in, which was a religious context. Let me tell you something. With this new solar flare and with these new awarenesses that's coming in, and with this new guidance and this instruction and this pivoting that we're all doing now, it was brought to my awareness and explained to me by higher dimensional beings. Oh, no, no, no. There's a distinct difference between discernment and intuition, which is why, Dawn, you've kind of gravitated towards intuition more, but you didn't understand why. I'm going to read a definition for you of discernment, okay? According to the dictionary, it's an online dictionary, it says discernment is the ability to judge well. Listen to that. Discernment is the ability to judge well, usually used in Christian contexts. Perception in the absence of judgment. That's what Christians, how they use it. With the view of obtaining spiritual guidance. That's when we usually use that term discernment. Let me tell y'all something. I knew it felt different for a reason. Okay. Another definition is a wise way of judging between things or a particular perceptive way of seeing things. Now, y'all hear in discernment, what word keeps jumping out? Judge, judge, judge. To be able to judge well. Now, I want y'all to listen to intuition. Get into it. Intuition, the ability to understand something immediately without the need for conscious reasoning. I'm going to say it again. The ability to understand something immediately without the need for conscious reasoning. That's intuition. Y'all feel the difference in that? Y'all feel the difference in those two definitions of discernment and intuition? I lean towards intuition because intuition is without thought. Intuition is I know that I know that I know. I don't know how I know, but I know it immediately on sight. I know it on sight. I don't have to sit there and judge and kind of go back and forth and see how I perceive. What's my perception? Well, I ain't gonna do nothing with intuition. I don't have to do anything but just be in the moment and take in the moment what is happening and what I'm feeling and go with it. Go with it. That's what you guys got to get ready to do now. You guys are discerning now. You're going, oh, did Cat Williams, who believes he told the truth? Who believes that, he what he's saying, is real. We got to protect him because I think what he's saying is true. This is what everybody's saying. Who believes that it was really aliens there? Who believes that, the government is covering it up? Y'all discerning, y'all going, y'all trying to judge, y'all trying to see, well, wait, based on what they said and what happened and what the people doing, it's got to be this. Y'all discerning. Ain't nobody tapped into Nanea intuition. Not now. Yeah, I said now. Now ain't a word, but I said it. Ain't nobody looking at that ability to understand something immediately without the need for conscious reasoning. Let me tell you something. When all of this happened, let me tell you how my intuition kicked in. My intuition said with the whole Cat Williams thing, I was preparing for this, for my mystical Monday, for how I was going to start off the new year. Like I knew it was the age of Aquarius. I knew it was going to be truth. When Cat Williams spoke what he said, I said, well, dang, Cat, open the door already. Like everybody's having a discussion about it. Like, okay, this will be easy. I'm just sliding into what the universe already has set up in terms of truth. So I thought it was going to be easy. And my intuition said, no, no, no. You're not sliding into it like he slid into it because your experience is not his. He's sharing his experience as a celebrity and dealing with secret societies and dealing with other celebrities. You don't know nothing about that. You're going to share from your experience of your soul's journey, what has been your soul's experience, how you got to where you are, what you are feeling and seeing and intuitively being guided to share for what's to come, and what you're doing as an intuitive guide and spiritual messenger. So what his message got to do with yours? And I sat there and I looked at the wall and I said, well, I will be. See, you can get caught up, y'all. You can get so caught up in what's going on around you with everybody and their truths and their healing and they're sharing their experiences and their soul growing and their soul moving. You forgetting what where your soul is on the totem pole. What you doing? Are you earth-based? Are you from multiple planets who came here to do something? Are you from the angelic realm? You getting caught up. You're getting caught up. So I had to step back and look at all of this as entertainment, y'all. It was entertainment and a distraction for me in what I know I came here to do, specifically right now in 2024. So I said, let me go. Let me get my hair. Let me do some of my hair, get myself together. I'm sitting here listening to all these people talking about cats up to 5 million views, 10 million views, 20 million. Everybody counting it down every day. What does his view, what does Shannon Sharp's views have to do with any of us and our day-to-day spiritual and soul evolution, y'all? Nothing. Nothing at all. But we're so wrapped up in it. We're so wrapped up in it that we are missing. We're missing these spiritual things that are happening to us daily. These messages that are coming in daily to us individually as it relates to our individual lives. Y'all, I have never had more intriguing coaching sessions that I'm having now. So I mentioned to you guys how I had to spend time with my uncle over the holidays. So that pushed a lot of my sessions back. I had to reschedule a lot. And thank you guys for being so understanding. But a lot of you got pushed back to after the new year. This wasn't by a fluke, baby. The universe knew what it was doing. It lined all of you guys up to come on in after this solar flare hit, after Dawn had a whole fresh new perspective, whole new download, whole new everything, because you guys were going to need me to give you some of this new stuff that's coming in, that's coming down. And so what I thought initially was so bad because I had to reschedule and push people back turned out to be a blessing in disguise, honey. These sessions have been on 10. I have been talking to people who are going to be creating herbal medicinal things that are going to help with the new earth. I've been talking to people that are being guided to set up musical things that are going to combine like channeling and frequency music in a new and different way. I've been talking to people who are stepping out of the corporate arenas and now moving more into things related to serving and assisting and being of service to others in ways where they're still going to have money being made, but they're going to be doing it in a way that is being prosperous and effective to the growth of the planet. Y'all, this was a blessing. But see, I had to do what? I had to tune out Miami. I had to tune out Cat Williams. I had to tune into Dawn and where she was in the journey and the mission and get focused, as somebody put in the comments, and get focused. Let me get some of you all's comments. Robin says, soul experiences. Wow, this is definitely giving me more of a better perspective on these situations. Thank you so very much. Put it in perspective of your soul, you guys. If you don't, you're going to lose it. You're going to lose it. You're going to get caught up in, oh, we're revealing the Illuminati. We're revealing the secret society. So what they got to do with you all? What does that have to do with me at the end of the day? Nothing. I'm not in it. I have no ties to it. Nothing. So look at what is directly related to your experience and what affects you all at the end of the day, because where your soul is the most important thing in this process. Your soul came here, most of us, to clear up some of these old scars from some of these old lifetimes with some new enlightenment and awareness. And bless those new souls that are coming in that didn't have to do this hamster wheel over and over and over and over. We thank you guys who are of the higher angelic realms, who are coming to give us love, compassion, and to help us to stay connected to source at all times, which causes us to stay connected to ourselves. Chosen Battle Goddess says, I have been on fire daily from the solar flare, Mercury retrograde, full moon, all of it. Absolutely. We all have. I was absolutely sick bringing in the new year. I had what appeared to be the flu, but I knew better. I knew it wasn't, because baby, that pain was hitting right on the top of my head, the top of it, right at the crown chakra. So I said, oh, let me ride this out. Come on with it. Come on with it. Universe, grid, solar flare, bring it on in. Bring it in. So I was still bringing in the new year. I had a temperature of 101. I had a headache out of this world. I had a nose that was stopped up beyond measure and a little bit of body ache. But let me tell you what my spirit guide said. My spirit guide said, Dawn, go over there and get some of that milk thistle. I said, what is milk thistle? Google it. Y'all think I'm laughing. I always tell y'all to Google, but look, your spirit team knows where the resources are. So I Googled milk thistle. Say it boosts your immune system. It works good with immunizing your immune system and clearing out and detoxing your liver and your kidneys. I said, oh, milk thistle. Let me try this. Baby, I had some milk thistle tea. Dawn shook that off. See, my husband went to urgent care because he was down too. See, well, I got to do my spiritual thing. He has to do his human thing. It's all right, y'all, because that's how we balance each other out. That's what keeps me in my place of awareness. Baby, he had cough syrup. He had antibiotics. He had all of that. And I had my good old milk thistle tea that my spirit guides told me to get. He was down for about 7 days. He's still a little down. Look at Dawn. Look at Dawn. Took me about 48 hours, baby. 48 hours. He was like, how are you up and moving? And what, you don't know. See, I stayed focused, stay connected and focused. See, y'all can get caught up in what's going on externally. You can get caught up with what's going on externally and miss all of the guidance you're getting to keep you not only aligned, but this physical body in good health. That's a good tip for y'all. Remember that milk thistle tea. Get y'all some. Get y'all some. I drink it every morning now because guess what? You ain't gotta tell me more than once. You do not have to tell me more than once. Let's see what else is happening. Let me see. Joy, let's see what you say. She says, doing the inner work, releasing, acknowledging, and healing, bringing that higher energy on in. That's absolutely right. Do your inner work. Release, acknowledge, and heal. Bring the higher energy in. Bring it in. Let me tell y'all something. I could have spent this whole hour tonight talking about Cat Williams, talking about Miami, talking about all the details surrounding it, asking y'all what y'all thought, what you feel, and then we would have got off of this live. And what would that have done for y'all and y'all awareness and y'all growth within you and your journey and what you're feeling and what you're experiencing and what is happening as a result of your soul stepping into a new place of awareness about your life, about yours? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Okay. Y'all, I love this conversation tonight. I love it because this is how I want to do my truth. My truth has always been to share my experiences with you guys because that's all we're here to do is to share experiences, as Cat Williams did, as the people did who were at the mall. Everybody's sharing experiences, and then it's up to us what we do with those experiences, right? How we take them in, how they assist us, how they trigger an awareness in us that helps us realize what the heck we supposed to be doing. Okay? Now look, let's go back to those types of souls. Now, I told you guys, I know I'm a star seed. I know, pretty much some of the origins of the planets that I have studied on, visited, been to, all of that good stuff. But for a long time, I thought I was an earth-based soul. Like I literally, I felt like I could teeter-totter between both because although I'm from a different realm and I'm here to assist the planet in evolution, awareness, and increasing the frequency, it took me several lifetimes to awaken to that, to get to that awareness of this point. So I kind of feel like I was in both areas, and people who were awakened around the same time I did, 2008, 2010ish, we all were kind of feeling like that. We all kind of have been here for a while dealing with this dense energy and frequency here that was keeping us in the dark about who we were or who we are, and allowing us to experience these things over and over and over and over again to when we awakened in this lifetime and we go, oh my gosh, It's good to good to be awake. It made us feel as if we had been stuck here, when in actuality we weren't stuck. We were only responding to the density of the planet at the time, with an agreement to awaken at a certain point in our evolution so that we can assist the earth during this time. Oneness says this whole topic is huge confirmation. Thank you. You're welcome. We look for confirmations. You know those confirmations are everywhere, but guess what? You'll miss them when you are dwelling so much on the external reality of what's around you. Okay? Um Soul Journey Writer says consciousness shift. Absolutely, consciousness shift. Now, can you get a consciousness shift by listening to someone else's experience? Like, again, I'm going to go back to Cat Williams. Sure, you can. Sure, you can. You absolutely can when you're looking at it with that intention or from that perspective. But when you're looking at it just to get the tea and to see what this person said and what that person gonna say next and what's the what, you're not gonna. That ain't what you're gonna get. That ain't what you're gonna get. You're going to get that hamster wheel. You're going to get a little distraction and you'll just stay stagnant on the wheel of the earth experience. Joy says, being the observer allows us not to absorb. Absolutely. Absolutely. If we can observe without having judgment, as we say, or heavy thought into the outcome or comparisons, as we say, like discernment does a lot of, with the um, um, having the ability to judge well, being discernment. We try to stay away from judgment. It's very difficult in this earth-based experience. But that's why if you depend and lean on your intuition, you're going in the moment, you're going quick, and you're going without thought. And so that helps to alleviate the judgment part, the judging, the discerning that we've been taught to do. Joy says that which is not in our timeline. Absolutely, absolutely. I love how you said that which is not in our timeline. Some things that are in the mass media we force into our awareness, kind of like you guys started talking about the Miami thing, and I was going to bring that in, but it's such a topic now between that and Cat Williams that kind of pushes things onto you, even though if you're on a certain timeline, things can't be pushed on you, but they can be pushed into your awareness, kind of, sorta, if the masses are doing it. It's how you respond and how you take that information is what determines where you are on the timeline. Okay. That alien information didn't affect me one bit. I didn't go, ooh, or whoa, they're here, or oh, maybe it was a hologram, or maybe I didn't even do any of that. You know what? I literally told myself, okay, something's happening. Something's happening. Because when it's time for it to become a part of my experience, it will. I may be walking outside and see a blue being or a what appears to be a 10-foot shadowy like being, or what. I mean, when it's part of my experience, it shall be. If it's not, then it is not part of my timeline and my experience. So I don't put a lot of energy to it because it's taken away from what is going on in my experience in this moment. All right, questions, you guys. Questions. You guys are good over there in that chat. I see you guys. Thank you for your comments, your thumbs ups. Please, thank you, Angel Mom 22. She always reminds me, you guys show me some love. If this information is resonating with you, please hit that like button. Love that. You guys help me so much with this algorithm and getting information out as it relates to my platform, because let me tell you what is on my timeline. I looked at somewhere on social media, somebody was talking about all of the millions of views Shannon Sharp had, and I was so excited and happy for him because he's a pretty nice guy, from what I can tell energetically. But I sat and I looked at the day. I said, there's going to be a day when what we're talking about now as it relates to our soul's evolution, the evolution of the planet, where stuff like that is going to be going through the roof as it relates to the collective and their awareness. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. Um, but we just got to sit back and be a part of the change that is happening by doing what we're all doing now, collectively communicating and staying in our awareness and assisting each other as we become awakened and activated. Let's see, I got a question. Um, Hutch says nurturing ourselves. Absolutely. Nurturing ourselves first and foremost. I hope in this age of Aquarius, where things are getting illuminated, you guys understand things are going to be illuminated in your lives. Meaning, we always talk about the people in your lives that are not going to be in your life. They're not going to be able to go where you're going. Understand that. Understand that as you move along your timelines, everybody can't go with you. Prepare yourself for that because it's a harsh reality when you realize, man, my family ain't my family no more, or home isn't home anymore, or wow, I'm not connected to this career anymore. It can be devastating if you're not preparing for that in your state of awareness and understanding that evolution requires you to release some of the old ways of beings because they no longer align with you, and that's something to be celebrated, not just dreaded, because a lot of people dread that part, and you shouldn't. You absolutely should. The more you're stepping away from the old you, the more you should start celebrating and understanding, ooh, the best is yet to come. I'm moving along the way. I want you guys now. I really celebrate the new year March 1st, the actual lunar year. I celebrate it astrologically in March because that's when the calendar starts, really. But as you guys are starting this 2024, you need to look at what it is you want to accomplish this year, not just in tangible things like money or weight or things like that. I want you to look from your soul's perspective what you want to accomplish. If you are an earth-based soul, you may say, "Oh, I want to get off this hamster wheel. I'm ready to move into some higher level awareness." Okay. If you're a star seed, okay, I'm awakened. I'm tapping into my gifts and abilities. I think I need to put more emphasis or time in this area because I want to be able to do XYZ, in the years to come. If you are of the angelic realm, step into it, speak it. Don't be afraid. Continue to shine your light. Be the love and compassion and peace in places where you know it ain't there and you're proud and you can stand in it comfortably. Make those types of commitments this year as it relates to your soul, you guys. The soul experience is what this is all about. All about. It has nothing to do with nothing else. Don't get distracted. Don't get caught up. Don't get misguided in believing anything else because that's what you're here for. Um, oh, wait a minute. Wallace Whole Cat Williams thing was going on, and the aliens, I was learning the law of detachment and finding out about 0 point energy. Oh, wow, the whole Cat Williams thing. Okay, I got it. So Garnett says while the whole Cat Williams thing was going on and the aliens was happening, he was learning about the law of detachment and finding out about 0 point energy. Excellent. Great. Distracted yourself from the energy of what was happening. You literally were living and breathing and demonstrating the 0 point energy and movement of detachment from what was happening in the collective. Can't get any better than that. Can't get any better than that. What's the best way for us to prepare for that? Oh, I forgot what I said because I don't know what I'm telling you to prepare. I think you're talking about when I was talking about the different types of soul species, so to speak. It depends on where you are and what you're trying to move into. So, like I gave you the example of the earth-based soul that is going to maybe become more spiritual and become more aware of some spiritual concepts. Okay. Then for the star seeds, who you are in an awareness, but now you're going, now let me see what I need to do in this awareness. Do I need to sharpen my intuition? Do I need to develop my spiritual gifts? Do I need to tap into some things that are going to assist me with healing and growing more and clearing out some old energy? Let me look into which one of those I need to do. And then if you're of the angelic realm, what am I going to do? What spaces am I going to move into now to where I can radiate my love, compassion, and peace on a bigger scale now and not be afraid to do it where there's darkness? Okay. That's how you can prepare to move into what you hope to accomplish based on where you are with that soul. I think that's what you meant. I think. Um, Chosen Battle Goddess says, thank you, Dr. Dawn. 11 days in 3 days. 11 days in 3 days. Okay, it'll be 11 days in the new year in 3 days. Got it. How to heighten the clairs, is that connected with intuition? It's absolutely connected with intuition. Joy, the next time I offer my free intuition class, you better get on it because it's coming real soon. I'm going to be doing the introductory intuition class real soon so I can move into the formalized intuition class that follows that. That's also going to be taking place. That's going to be happening really, really soon. So be on the lookout, Joy. That's exactly how you do it. You develop your clairs. Okay, copy. Thank you. Excellent, excellent, excellent. All right. Any more questions, you guys? I want to make sure that you guys are understanding the age of Aquarius, the revealing of the truths, the illumination. I actually saw someone say, hey, this was a Christian person who said, hey, the book of Revelations was misunderstood. We understood it to be the end of the world or when certain things were going to happen, but she says, I believe now revelation means revealing the illumination of all of these truths we're going to be coming. Like, we may have misunderstood this the whole time, and probably so, because as we keep going and we keep getting our levels of awareness increased, our interpretations of everything that we know or have known to be true is going to change. It's going to change. I didn't even go there with the religious stuff that's happening because no need to go there. That's definitely a distraction for a lot of us, just because if you, based on where you are in your soul's awareness, the whole concept of religion is in a whole different place for you than it is for the masses right now, in terms of what's happening. So you're already looking at that with a different setup through a different lens anyway. So no need to talk about that tonight, but just want to let you guys know this ain't gonna be the end of it. Y'all think the alien sighting, Cat Williams, you think that, oh, it's just the beginning. Y'all get ready. That's why we needed to start the year off with some soul awareness and getting you guys to connect to your intuition. Not a lot of discerning as much, but your experience and your awareness, so that you stay focused, you stay in tune, and you stay aligned. Don't fall for all the distractions. Please don't do that. Please, 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 please don't do that. Haha. It'll get you a lot of views. If I switched and started talking about that stuff on Mondays, baby, I probably would go through the roof with the subscribers, the views. But what would that do? I'd be keeping you guys on the hamster wheel, on that hamster wheel, and not moving my soul along either. All right. Angel's mom says, always grateful for your insights to keep us aligned and focused. You are so grateful so welcome. Because guess what? You guys are always thanking me, but I got to thank you, because without all of you, my awareness may not be there, because a lot of times I'm trying to get myself together so that I can be what I need to be to assist and guide the collective. So look, we're all in this together. We're all helping each other back and forth, because without my awareness of what I came here to do, baby, I might be caught up in the minutia of everything that's going on too, and kind of just be stuck in what's happening here right before our eyes. Oh, thank you for the hearts. I appreciate it. I'm looking at you guys on two screens, on YouTube as well as here on StreamYard. Got two sets of things going. All right. One other thing I wanted to share with you guys. So I teased you guys at the end of my last uh episode. I said, oh, I got somebody that's coming on. It was a child that I was going to have on. Let me tell y'all something. I had been communicating and communicating with this person, which I thought was the mother of this child. But turns out, y'all, I was communicating with a fake account, a fake account. I said, now, you know what? Initially, my intuition did say, but I thought it was telling me, because I was feeling as if this person may not be interested in coming on my platform because I didn't have a lot of subscribers. So I thought my was my not having enough confidence to pursue this person as a guest. So I ignored my intuition, but my intuition was telling me the whole time, girl, no, this is not it. And I found out that that person was not real. So it's okay, y'all. It's all right because I've now found the correct way to communicate with this person. So we'll try again. But I just want to let you guys know that because I thought I had locked in somebody to come, this special guest to come on to start the year off, but it worked out because the year needed to start off with this message for sure. And we'll get to the guests. We'll get back to the guests. And incidentally, I look back, I had 13 guests on Mystical Monday last year. So grateful for all of them for coming on. I had 13 that came on, and I asked a total of 24 people to come on, and 13 agreed. 11 either didn't respond or did not want to come on. And that's okay because I believe in everything lines up and becomes a part of your experience when or if it is supposed to. Okay. All right. Grateful for you remaining true to yourself with us. Oh, you're so welcome. I try to be transparent. I try to, you guys, but I'm human. Sometimes I don't want y'all in all my business either. But I try to be transparent, especially as it relates to what I'm talking and speaking about. I try not to be a hypocrite. I don't like that. No worries. Guest bookings are always fluid. It'll happen when it happens. Absolutely, it will. Absolutely, it will. You guys have been so awesome. Let me just say this. You guys, thank you so much for all of my new subscribers. I got so many new followers over there on Instagram, and I wasn't even doing nothing. That just goes to show you, baby, you remove some of that energy you put into stuff and you allow the gateway for things to just flow on in. I had a video that I posted. You guys may remember. It was from one of my lives, and I was talking about how waking up at 3 a.m., going to the bathroom is divinely orchestrated. I posted that video over on Instagram, baby. It's at 25,000 views, and I got so many new followers from that video. I said, what in the world? So look, I'm not even trying in 2024. I'm just going to be, and whatever happens, whatever comes in, because look, this is the age of Aquarius, y'all. This is that age of Aquarius, and all things illuminated, all doors that have been closed, y'all, they about to start opening because you're getting ready to see a new way to get in that door or go around it. So nothing's going to be blocking you now. The path is illuminated. So y'all get ready, put your shoes on, and we're going to start walking. Okay? All right. Until next Monday, 9:00 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I love you guys. Stay in awareness. And guess what? Shine your light. That's what you came here to do. And stay connected to your soul. All right, you guys. Don't forget, click that like button, leave me a comment, a question, and visit my website at www.discoveringyourinnerlight.com and check out some of my services. Okay. All right. You guys are so welcome in the chat. Thank you so much for coming. Love you guys. Until next week. Bye-bye.